Hey friends, it's me, Shauna, your pampered chef, team leader, and consultant here today to share with you another recipe. It is, what is today? Wednesday, January the 8th. All right, this is what we're making today out of this book. Now, you might be saying, gee, Shauna, you're giving an awful lot of love to these ladies. Well, first of all, they're like definitely one of my favorite cookbooks. And it also has a lot to do with these. So because I spend time sitting there reading these like books, I tend to have my sticky packets ready to mark off anything that sounds like it could be a good hit recipe that I'm gonna want to make. So here's what happens when I'm going grocery shopping and I'm like in a pinch and I didn't make a plan. What I'll do is I'll go grab my cookbooks that have these markers and I'll pick out a couple, like 2, 3 recipes, and then I'll buy all the ingredients for them. Usually I'll snap a photo with my phone of the ingredient list and I'll go from there. So it's just been, this is my pinch. What to do in a pinch, okay? All right, so we are making, I am dreaming of a white chili. I've made this, I think this will be the 3rd time making this in the last year because it is delicious. So here's what you're gonna need. You are going to need some chicken breasts, some green onions, optional of course for topping at the end, some celery, some optional Monterey Jack cheddar, again for the end. And I need some onions. They're looking for 1.5 cups. I don't know what 1.5 cups onions are, so I grabbed my last of my little onions. You're gonna need a couple garlic cloves, some flour, salt and pepper. We have coriander, cayenne pepper, oregano, cumin, chili powder. We have some cilantro, again optional for the end. You're gonna need some sour cream, some of the low-fat stuff. I'm gonna use some chicken broth. We're gonna need some partially skimmed evaporated milk, some chopped green chilies, and of course, last but not least, what makes it a chili, it's got to be some beans in there. So we are using the navy beans today, 2 cans. So that's it. So there's a lot of ingredients and it looks like it's a lot of craziness happening, but it's going to come together very quickly and easily. So it's not even like dinner time yet. It's not even close to dinner time yet. But one of the things that I love about this recipe is you can prep so much stuff in advance. So we're going to do some chopping right now, and that's what I want to share with you. So on today's episode, we're going to be talking about 3 of our different cutting tools. So we have here the manual food processor, which you have heard me give like mucho love to this guy. We have our chopper, such an old classic, and the good old-fashioned knife block full of knives that definitely, I mean, they're knives. They get lots of love for sure. So let's start with the knives. If you're using a knife, you want to start by having a good cutting surface, okay? So we have a couple of different options available. So there's this guy. This is our acacia wood cutting board. I mean, it's beautiful. You could totally use this to serve as well by flipping it over. You could have a lovely, like a cheese board, charcuterie, how do you say that? But super beautiful. You'll probably see that. You always will see that in the background of my kitchen because it's so beautiful. I do like to keep that out on display always. So that is that. Just slide it back in place. I don't tend to use that one so much just because, I don't know, I'm weird. I don't love to scuff it up. Maybe that adds character, some will say, but I have so many other options that one I keep for special. We also have this lineup of cutting boards. So we have the big guy, which has the groove around the outside edge so that it can catch all the drippings and not make a mess on your countertop. This is the one I also use across my sink so that I get a little bit of extra workspace. You know, I have a small kitchen, so that one is a big saver. And this guy, it's so teeny tiny. I mean, look at, so teeny tiny that this one is like my go-to for making sandwiches, cutting little teeny things for school lunches. This guy gets used an awful lot too. I also have, I know you've seen this, these guys. These are flexible cutting mats. So I do a lot of chopping and a lot of pouring. They're just super handy, and they come in 2 sizes. These are our package of large ones, and then we have the smaller ones. And these, you guys, did you know? Free. We can get them for free this month if you happen to place an order with me for $100 or more. Free. Take home a set of these. Oh, did I mention the backing? It's got like this rubber backing so they're not dancing across your countertops. Love, love, love. Love, love. Oh, and don't forget all the useful information. Anyway, that's my little spiel. You know I love these. So we're going to pick a cutting board, and I'm going to pick out a knife. Now I always like to, you'll see me laying one of our mats across there. That's just so you can see it. Really, I mean, you can tell it's much easier to see. And I'm going to pick out a knife. More information on my website certainly about the different knives and which knife to pick. And if you need help picking a knife, let me know. These are guaranteed for life. For life, you guys, but invest ones for life. So I'm just using our little utility knife. This is like your go-to. Grabbing my sharpening block, which has a ceramic sharpener in there, so it's not actually gonna do any damage to your knife. So you just open it up, and you're just gonna slide your knife through it a couple of times, trying to be cautious to get the very tip, which when you're doing it very quickly you tend to miss that part. And I always rinse it off when it's done. Not that there would be metal shards, but you never know. So just a quick rinse, and I'm gonna get my celery. So what I'm gonna do is just show you my 3 celery chopping tools. All right, so when you hold a knife, thumb here, finger curled around back like that. Pretty basic. And then if you want to chop those up even smaller, I'm sure somebody's out there saying you're doing it all wrong because I have to chop my celery into little pieces. Maybe. But there you have it. I think all of you pretty much know what a knife is all about. Really, the key is having a good, sharp knife. If you invest in only one thing in your kitchen, let it be one really, really good, sharp knife. Did you know my very first Pampered Chef item was actually this guy, the large chef knife? Best, I mean, this is what hooked me, right? Having a quality tool in your kitchen and really encourages you to do better things. Let's just say that. So the knife, we'll just put that aside. Next, we have our manual food processor, which consists of 3 parts. So the base, the blade, the lid, and I guess technically 4 if you want to count the storage lid. So I'm just going to take the ends, I'm going to borrow my knife, just to take these little bits off the end. And I'm going to give it a quick rough chop, just a quick one. We're going to put the blade in. And we're going to just position those smaller chunks around the bottom, lid on, release the brake. And very quickly, we have cut up our celery in our manual food processor. So think salsas, guacamoles, baby foods, cracker crumbs, cookie crumbs for like squares. anything that you need to cut super, super quick. Love, 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 love. You know I love my manual food processor. All right, and last but not least, the old classic, we have our chopper. So again, just cutting off the ends so I can chop it. And I'm going to just chop it into smaller pieces, very roughly. You can either put the celery directly into this rubber base and do it like that, so it's like completely contained, like you would do that for, say, nuts. Or you can do it right, take the rubber base off and do it right on your chopping block, just like this. So just want to quickly, before I start, show you that very different than some of the other choppers on the market. This comes completely apart, 100% apart. It's dishwasher safe. And we do offer a sharpener. A lot of people don't know that. You can sharpen these blades. So if you find you're putting a lot of effort onto it, there's a great possibility that you need to sharpen. So this one's a little bit louder. But again, super, super easy. A great way to quickly chop whatever it is you're chopping. So that does it, you guys. That's our knives, our manual food processor, and our chopper. So 3 really amazing ways to chop whatever it is you need chopping. I'm gonna go keep cooking and prepping, and we will talk later. Bye for now.